Welcome to CUTech College of Technology. I am Maxwell, and this is part 4 of our C programming with database. In today's lecture, we'll be talking about the how to insert record into database using our C# application, how to update the record in a database using our C# application, how to delete record, and how to display the record in a table or in a table set in our system application. And then we also learn some terminologies that we need to know as programmers. One of the terms you have to know when it comes to C# programming database is data source. Now, a data source is usually a database, but can include text files, Excel spreadsheets, XAML data, or web services. Our data source will be Microsoft SQL Server Database files. That's what we'll be using. Binding source. A binding source connects data bounds controls to a data set. Then we have data set. A data set is an in-memory copy of the data pulled from the database table. A data adapter does the pulling and it copies the data to the data set. Now, we also have connection string. A connection string is a collection of characters that authenticate the system application to the database. Then we have our SQL command. The SQL query rating to perform a transaction in the database from the C# application. It also takes the connection string variable as parameter to the database. These are the basic terminologies we will be using or have to know as programmers. As we move on, I'll be explaining to details some of these terminologies, so stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. The last time in our previous lecture, this is what we did. We designed our dashboard form by adding some labels, some panels, changing colors, adding a combo box, and a data picker with buttons. Then we also added our data grid view. So today, in our lecture, we're going to learn how to insert or save record into database. And how do we do it? Okay, before we can save the record into database, we will have to give every object on our form a variable name or an ID. And how do we do that? So first and foremost, we will click on the text box, right click, properties, and then up here the name of this text box is text box 1. We have to change it to a name that we will always remember in our program. So up here where we have the name into bracket, we change the text box 1 to txt with the prefix text box txt. Okay, then you say ID, press enter. Then we want to the next text box, which is first name. Change first name to txt fn for first name, last name properties txt ln for last name, email the same thing, txt email, gender txt gender, date time, which is the high date, say dt high date. Dt means date time, so dt high date. Salary, we say txt salary. Then save record, we have btn save for button. Update, you have btn update. Then delete, you say btn delete. Okay, then also give our table a name. The name of the table is data grid view. So here we say DGV data grid view, we say employees, because it's going to display the records of the employees. Okay, so after giving these objects or component IDs, the next thing we are going to do is we are going to double click on the save button. Okay, since after entering all records in here or the data in here, a user has to click on this save record before the information gets to the database. Our instruction that we'll be writing will be at the back of this save record. So we'll double click on this save record and then we'll write our codes over here. Whenever you are saving a record into a database, these are the database variables you need. First, you need SQL connection, or you need a connection string, which is your connection string. Okay, connection string authenticates the application to the database. 2, you need SQL command. The command is the query written to perform a transaction in a database. So these are the 2 things you need whenever you are saving record to the database. So now let's start something. So I'll start by declaring the variable by saying SQL connection con is equal to new SQL connection into brackets. Now the SQL connection always, after doing this, you have a red line underlined, or your SQL connection underlined with a red line. So you import, use this using the system.data.sql client. Then up here you see it over here. You can also type it straightforward there. So here SQL con is equal to new SQL connection. Now the SQL connection holds a group of string characters, okay, that is used to authenticate the C# application with your database. And one of the characters or one of the strings here we need is data source. The data source is the source of the database. Where is the database located? So always every machine or every machine laptop you're using is localhost. People most of the times also put a full stop over there, the same as that. Others also type 127.0.0.1. It's the same thing, same as localhost. So it's either you enter your PC name over here, okay, or you just type localhost, which goes for all. Then we have our database, the name of the database itself. So from our tutorial, the name of our database is C# tutorial. This is the name of our database. Okay, so over here, database is equal to C# tutorial. You have the name here. Then we terminate, followed by security wise. So integrated security, we have it to be true. Okay, good. After this, we have our SQL connection set. Our application can now communicate with the database. But when the application is connected to the database, it needs to communicate with a command, which is our query. So before we write the query, we have to open connection. So we say con.open. Then here we start by SQL command cmd as an instance is equal to new SQL command into bracket. And then over here we are inserting record. To insert a record in the database, you have to write a query. Now if you are not familiar with the query, with the insert, you come over here to the database. And then with the employee, we have to create a database for it. We've not created a database yet. We will have an account table here. So quickly, let's create a table for the employee. So I right click on this table, new table. Then I'll start by saying, okay, we have ID. an integer. We have first name, varchar, size of 20 is okay. Last name, varchar. These column names are what we have in our application. So after last name, we have email. So email, varchar, varchar. We have gender, same varchar. We have salary, varchar, decimal, should be in a decimal format. 10,2 is okay. Then what the 10,2 over here means, we should have 10 digits, 2 decimal places, okay? And the 20, 20, 20, 50 you find here are the sizes of the column names. The data type we've given to this column, the sizes. Okay, then I think we also have high date. So high date, we say let's make it date. High date. Okay, so now let's save this table as employee. So now when I refresh, we have two tables, account and employee. Since most of us are not familiar with the query which is used to insert record to database, after typing this, you bring a comma, then you add your con, this con over here, you paste it here. Okay, and then in here where you have your double quotes, you open your employee table, right click on it, and you go to script table as. Here we are inserting, so you have insert to, you click on new query editor window, and the system will automatically generate the insert query for you. Okay, you don't have to type. That's when, if you are not familiar with the query things. Okay, so I will highlight the query to where we have the values. Okay, don't highlight all, to where you have the values, and then we'll come to my C# application and then paste it here. Okay, so we'll have to do some rearrangement over here. So insert into, so I have ID, and move up here, so insert into employee, insert into employee table, into bracket, ID, comma, first name, last name, I have email, I have gender, salary, and then I also have high date. Alright, and then followed by my values. So followed by values. So values into bracket. What is the text box we gave to this ID? Over here The name of the ID text box was txt id, so we'll put txt id here dot test, but it should be in a single quote, so let me clear them. Single quote, double quote, double quote, plus plus txt id dot test. I move out, comma, another one, single quote, double quote, plus plus first name. We are done with the id. Okay, so this one is for the id. The second one over here is for the first name, so txt first name dot test. Okay, we move out, comma, single quote, double quote, plus plus. Then we have last name. It's going to be txt last name dot test, plus plus. Then we have email, txt email dot test, comma, no quote, plus plus. Gender, txt gender dot test, move out, double quote, plus plus. They have salary. Okay, so salary, we say txt salary dot test, we move out. Then we have double quote, plus plus. Then finally we have the high date. Okay, the high date was dt high date dot, here it's a value because it's a date time picker. We don't say dot test but dot value. Okay, all right, so after doing this, we have our command set. Okay, we have our command set, move down, and I'll say cmd dot execute non query, and then after executing, I will display a message. So message box dot show into bracket, we'll say record saved successfully, record saved successfully, comma. Then here I have my message title, so message title. Okay, you can enter any title over there. Then I have message box buttons dot okay, sorry, and message box icons dot error. Okay, so that's all we have to do. Now let's run and see the results. Okay, so now click on start to run our project. Okay, it's building. All right, so we have our login here. We have admin. I remember admin login. What is the problem now? Think there's a problem. Incorrect username or password. Okay, dummy. Okay, so we have our dashboard open here. So now let's try and insert a record. So first one, we have ID 101. First name, we have Maxwell. Last name, we have Eggy. Email, maxeggy@yahoo.com. Gender, select male, select high date, can be any date. Okay, and salary, and I click on save. have record saved successfully. Sorry, this one should be an information icon, not an error icon. Record successfully, and I click on OK. How do we know the record has been saved? Is it true? Has it been inserted to the database? Now, when we get to the database over here, what we have to do is we right click on the table and get to edit top 20 rows, and then if it's there, truly we are going to see our record here. So we've been able to insert a record from the C# application to our database. Let me do another one here. 102. We have Alice Eggy. So Alice Eggy. Alice is a female. Her high date. Her salary. Click on save. Record successfully. Now when I open my database and then let me open it again, edit top 20 rows, you should see Alice 2 here. So our application is working now. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. We'll meet you guys in our next section where we'll be talking about how to delete record from our C# application in the database. Okay, all right, see you soon.